When I found out my wife had been cheating on me, it felt like my entire world came crashing down. We'd been together for so long. She was my rock, my best friend, and the one person I thought I could trust above all others. But apparently trust was a one-way street. Looking back, I can see the signs. I don't know how I missed them, or if I just didn't want to see them. She'd become distant, distracted, and seemed to always have her phone glued to her hand. I'd walk into a room and she'd quickly put her phone away or change the subject. I told myself it was nothing, that she was just busy with work, maybe stressed. It was easier to believe those things than to confront the real reason she was seeing someone else. One night she came home way later than usual. I was lying in bed, just staring at the ceiling when I heard her come in. She smelled different. There was this faint hint of cologne, one that I knew didn't belong to me. That night, I didn't say a word, just rolled over and tried to sleep, but the doubt and suspicion gnawed at me. Over the next few days, I became hyper-aware of everything she did. I noticed how she'd be smiling at her phone, typing away with this little grin on her face. I finally decided I couldn't ignore her anymore, and one evening I confronted her. I asked her point blank if there was someone else. At first she tried to brush it off, saying I was being ridiculous, that I was imagining things. But then when I wouldn't back down, she finally confessed. She admitted she'd been seeing a guy from work just for fun. I'll never forget the way she said it. Like it was no big deal, like she'd just tried a new restaurant or picked up a new hobby. She even laughed a little, as if it was something harmless, just an adventure to spice things up. I was furious. Every word that came out of her mouth just twisted the knife deeper, just for fun. We'd built a life together, shared our hopes, our dreams, and she thought throwing it all away was fun. I told her to leave, to get out of the house and give me some space. I needed to clear my head. That night I couldn't sleep. I kept replaying the conversation over and over, trying to wrap my head around how the woman I loved could do something like this. By morning, I had come to a decision. I called a divorce lawyer and started the process. I wanted her out of my life as soon as possible. When I told her, she seemed genuinely shocked. She had this look on her face, like I just told her I was moving to Mars. She actually thought I'd forgive her, that this little fling would just blow over. She tried to reason with me, saying it didn't mean anything, that it wasn't serious. But that's what hurt the most, that she thought I'd stick around after she betrayed me for something so trivial. The divorce was messy, and there were moments when I doubted myself, but deep down, I knew I was doing the right thing. I deserved better than to be someone's second choice, someone's fun. We finalized everything, split our assets, and went our separate ways. Life after the divorce was rough at first. There were days when I'd feel this overwhelming sadness, like I'd lost a part of myself. But over time, I started to heal. I focused on my work, my hobbies, and even started dating again. For the first time in a long time, I was beginning to feel like myself. Then, almost a year later, I got a call from her out of the blue. She sounded different, nervous, almost desperate. She started with some awkward small talk, asking how I was and if I was seeing anyone. I kept it short, not wanting to give her any indication that I was interested in catching up. Finally, she got to the point. She told me that she missed me, that she regretted everything. She said the relationship with her fun guy hadn't worked out and that she'd realized what a mistake she'd made. She went on about how she missed our life together, how she was willing to make it work. If I'd just give her a second chance, I was stunned. After everything, she actually thought I'd take her back. I told her that I didn't hold any hatred towards her, that I had moved on and found peace with my decision. I told her I was building a life without her, one that didn't include someone who saw me as an option to be toyed with. She cried. She begged, but I didn't let myself get pulled back into her web. After we ended the call, I felt this overwhelming sense of relief. I have finally put that chapter of my life behind me. Her begging, if anything, only reinforced how right I'd been to walk away. Now I'm in a relationship with someone who respects and values me, and I finally feel like I'm where I'm meant to be. Looking back, divorcing her was the best decision I ever made. She may have thrown away our life together for fun, but I've built a new one for myself, one filled with real joy, respect, and loyalty. If you enjoyed the story, please like and subscribe.